Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, where horsepower meets history, where style meets speed, and where legends come alive on four wheels. Today, we're diving into one of the most iconic muscle cars America has ever created. A car that isn't just a machine, but a statement. A car that has been the dream of millions, the poster on the wall, and the roar on the highway. Buckle up, because this is the story, the sound, and the soul of the Chevrolet Camaro. Part 1. The birth of a legend. The Camaro story begins in the mid-1960s. Back then, Ford had shaken the automotive world with the Mustang, creating a brand new class of car called the pony car. Chevrolet, a division of General Motors, couldn't sit back and watch. They needed an answer, a bold, aggressive, head-turning machine that could challenge the Mustang head-to-head. And in 1966, the world first heard the name, Camaro. Now here's a fun fact. When journalists asked Chevrolet executives what Camaro meant, they said, "It's a small, vicious animal that eats Mustangs." That single line wasn't just a joke, it was a declaration of war. From day one, Camaro was born to fight. The first generation, launched in 1967, instantly turned heads. Long hood, short deck, aggressive stance. It came with multiple trims, from the more basic 6-cylinder versions to the V8 SS models and even the high-revving Z28 built for racing homologation. This wasn't just a car for cruising downtown. It was a car for the drag strip, the race track, and the open road. Part 2. Muscle and style through the decades. Through the late 60s and early 70s, Camaro became a staple of American car culture. The second generation, introduced in 1970, leaned into European styling cues but kept that raw American muscle under the hood. Sleeker, wider, and lower, it still carried the beating heart of '88. Engines like the 350 small block and the legendary big blocks gave it thunderous power. The exhaust note of a 1970 Z28 or SS 396 wasn't just noise, it was music. That deep, burbling idle at a stoplight. That sudden roar when the pedal hit the floor. Camaro didn't whisper, Camaro growled. But the 70s weren't all glory. Emissions regulations, oil prices, and tightening safety rules started to choke muscle cars. Horsepower numbers dropped, engines got strangled by smog equipment, and many cars of that era lost their bite. And yet, Camaro survived. Even in its weaker years, it remained stylish, affordable, and desirable. The 80s brought in the third generation, sharper lines, a wedge-shaped body, and modern tech-like fuel injection and aerodynamic design. Cars like the IROC Z became cultural icons, cruising American highways with cassette players blasting rock music. Then came the 90s with the fourth generation. Curvier, sleeker, and packing engines like the LT1 Volt 8, it brought performance roaring back. The Camaro was once again a serious threat on the street and at the drag strip. Part 3. Camaro in pop culture. One reason the Camaro is burned into American memory is because it wasn't just a car. It was a star. From movies to TV shows to music videos, the Camaro has been a symbol of rebellion, freedom, and raw American cool. And let's not forget the modern blockbuster moment. In the Transformers films, Bumblebee wasn't just any car, he was a Camaro. That single role brought an entire new generation of fans who grew up associating Camaro with heroism, adventure, and adrenaline. Think about it. When Bumblebee revved his V8, millions of kids around the world decided right then and there, someday, they wanted a Camaro. Part 4. The modern muscle era. The fifth generation, launched in 2010, was a rebirth. After production paused in 2002, many thought the Camaro was gone forever. But Chevrolet stunned the world by bringing it back with retro styling inspired by the first generation and modern engineering under the skin. The 2010 Camaro SS came with a 6.2-liter V8, pumping out over 400 horsepower. It was aggressive, sharp, and ready to take on Mustang once again. Sales exploded. Suddenly, the Camaro was back in every car meet, every drag race, every car magazine cover. The sixth generation, launched in 2016, took things even further. Lighter, sharper, and faster, it became a true sports car. Trims like the Camaro SS, the track-focused 1LE, and the Monster ZL1 with 650 horsepower pushed the Camaro into supercar territory. At the Nürburgring, the Camaro ZL1 proved it wasn't just an American muscle car, it was a world-class performance machine. And then there's the sound. That 6.2-liter LT4 supercharged V8 doesn't just run. It screams. A Camaro ZL1 roaring down a straight sounds like thunder rolling through steel pipes. At idle, it rumbles deep in your chest. At wide open throttle, it's pure chaos, pure adrenaline. Part 5. The Camaro Experience. Driving a Camaro isn't just about numbers. It's about feeling. Slide into the driver's seat and you're low, surrounded by a cockpit designed for speed. The shifter in your hand, the tachometer climbing, and then, the moment you stomp the accelerator. The rear wheels bite, the car squats, and suddenly you're pushed back into the seat as the V8 roars to life. The sound bounces off walls, echoes through tunnels, and turns every head on the street. People don't just see a Camaro. They hear it. They feel it. They respect it. That's the magic of Camaro. It's not just transportation. It's emotion on wheels. Part 6. The future of Camaro. But here's the question. What's next? We live in a world where electric cars are taking over. Quiet, efficient, brutally quick. Even Dodge is planning an electric charger. And Chevrolet has announced that Camaro, at least in its current form, is ending production. Does that mean Camaro is gone forever? Not necessarily. The name Camaro carries too much weight, too much history, too much passion to simply disappear. Rumors suggest Chevrolet may reinvent Camaro as an electric performance car, a muscle EV for a new generation. Imagine a Camaro with instant torque, lightning-fast acceleration, and futuristic styling, but still carrying that same rebellious spirit. It won't sound the same, but maybe it will carve a new kind of legend. Part 7. The Legacy. When you think about the Camaro, you're not just thinking about a car. You're thinking about decades of dreams. You're thinking about Friday night drag races. About high school parking lots filled with burnouts. About posters taped to bedroom walls. About dads handing down keys to their kids. The Camaro is more than metal and rubber. It's memory. It's family. It's freedom. For over half a century, Camaro has stood toe-to-toe with Mustang, Challenger, and every rival that dared to face it. Win or lose, it never backed down. That's why the Camaro isn't just another car. It's an American legend. Channel outro voiceover. And there you have it, folks, the rise, the roar, and the relentless spirit of the Chevrolet Camaro. From its birth as a Mustang killer to its reign as a modern muscle monster, Camaro has proven one thing over and over: legends never die, they just keep reinventing themselves. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of America's greatest cars, smash that like button, share this video with fellow gearheads, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories of speed, power, and passion.